Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything, and things really popped this week as far as the squash and zucchini go, and also my flowers. Look at those zinnias over there, absolutely gorgeous. We got about 3 inches of rain last night. We kind of expected it, we kind of didn't, and boy did it blow through around 1 a.m. this morning, and it came through with some very heavy high winds. It turned some of the squash over, and some of it's about ready to bite it, but let's go around, let me show you what's going on, and let me tell you what we're going to do next. Here in North Texas, squash, we get a good burst around mid-June, which we did. Ooh, it's so muddy, look at this. We get a good burst around June of a lot that we can harvest, and I'll tell you that I've already vacuum sealed, packed, and blanched about 10 packs. I've also canned about 11 pints of green beans. I still have some of those going in the front bed, but you can see squash is getting ready to vamoose. Now what I'll do is I'll come in here and pull up these yellow plants, and I'm going to keep the green ones as long as I can, because again this year, guys, we want to try to harvest everything we can and save it. So you can see some of them look okay. This one down here on the west side looks pretty good. And then we have our cucumbers. Woo-wee, there's a big one there. So I'll be pickling today, and I'll be blanching and freezing my squash and zucchini. And again, I'm gonna let that go and get as much as I can. Here are my cantaloupes. They're looking really beautiful, and I'm expecting those to just go on up this trellis. So I want to say that the hand pollination I've been doing, guys, really worked. It worked very well. I did see some bees in there, but nothing like I normally do. So I'll show you my harvest, and you can check it out. Here's a picture. So hand pollinating does work, and it's quite easy with the squash. I did a video on it. Go back and check it out. And here's my bush beans. These are coming up this week, guys. They literally didn't produce hardly anything at all from the main garden. Very disappointed in the soil, very disappointed in the plants, very disappointed in how everything turned out in this main garden, actually. Still struggling with the tomatoes, you can see. Had to prune them back heavily. They were getting that mold. My bell peppers seem to be okay. I have a couple of good tomato plants down here, and ironically, these are the ones that I planted by seed. And so I got some good ones in there. I need to get in there and trellis that up, because we did get those high winds, and we're expecting maybe a little bit more. I think my pepper plants are starting to rebound, and some of those tomato plants that I pulled from that raised bed is rebounding, and I'll show you those. Here's a quick look of why after we get a good rain, it's hard to get in that garden and do anything. Here's some of the plants that my husband moved from that front bed, and you can see those little tomato plants and stuff are starting to come back. We need to get in here and do some fertilization, and we're going to try to keep these going, guys, and we think that we can, because we have this shade cloth here, and when it starts to get real hot in July and August, we'll just shade them up and try to keep them going, and then when the cool weather comes, we'll wrap this thing in plastic like a mini greenhouse and try to keep them protected as long as we can before the first freeze. I'm happy to report that my test green beans in this raised bed, that they're starting to come up. These are bush beans, and again, I've got it covered on the northwest side, and what I'll do as it gets heated up is we'll go ahead and pull down the shade cloth on the south side and try to protect them as much as we can from the beaten down heat here in Texas. But I'm excited to see how these do. If this works out, guys, then this is something to show us that we can grow these things maybe throughout the whole season. My bush beans in the front raised bed are still producing. I think I'll get a couple more pints out of this, and look, guys, they just look absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, we'll be doing this again. So you can see that we are still struggling, but we are thankful for what we got. And we just praise the Lord for what we've been able to preserve, and what we'll continue to preserve, especially the cucumbers. And we still have tomatoes coming in, or not still, we have tomatoes coming in. We've not gotten any yet, but anyway. And then the bush beans are going to come up. We're going to till that in, and we're going to get ready for our fall planting. Fall planting is coming around really quick. Make sure you get your seeds on order for what you want to plant in fall. And I've had several questions about what we can grow here in Texas in the fall, and that is going to be your lettuces, that is going to be your beets, your turnips, any of your greens you want to go ahead and get in the ground, and that's coming quickly. We can do that probably toward the end of August here. maybe even a little sooner, depending on the weather pattern. So let's watch that together, and we'll see how everything goes. But in the meantime, you need to get your stuff on order to get ready for your fall garden. We're going to take the tractor tiller, and we're going to dig deep into this soil, and we are going to add lots of compost to it, and we're going to try to rework it before we do our fall planting and try to revive this soil. Here's our potatoes. You can see they're starting to die off, and when they get a little bit more dead, we're going to dig these babies up, and I'm going to can these potatoes. We want to preserve everything that we've got. So it's a very beautiful morning here in Texas. It's in the probably upper 60s with a slight north wind. It's only going to be in the 80s today, and so we're going to enjoy this nice cool day. We've had some hot weather, and it's taken a toll. So we went from cool weather to hot, and now we're back to cool. So it's my 12th week working from home, and still hanging in there. So thankful that I still have a job, and I just praise the Lord for that. So today what I'll be doing is blanching and freezing my squash and zucchini, and then I'll be doing some pickling. And I'm going to show you how to make some pickling spice that you can make now and put aside. So if you only have 1 quart, 1 pint, whatever, you can use, you'll have it already ready, and you can just make one, and it's very easy. When you do pickling, you can do just the hot water bath, which is just 1 pot, depending on how much you got. And I want to go ahead and make this pickling spice ahead of time because I don't get a big harvest of cucumbers all at once. I usually have to do 3 to 4 pints, 3 to 4 quarts at a time, and that's what we're going to do today. So we ask that you stay tuned, and if you like this video, that you click that like button and that you subscribe to our channel. We have lots more going on, and we're still waiting to hear back from the USDA on our project that's back there on the back acre. So stay tuned. I hope to have an update for you soon. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend.